Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Okay, y'all see the numbers. Y'all see the numbers. Okay, y'all see the numbers. Y'all see the numbers. Family, do you see the numbers, family? Do you see the numbers, family? Huh? Do you see the numbers in this bitch, family? Do y'all see the numbers? Do you see the numbers in this bitch, family? Do y'all see the numbers? Do you see the numbers in this bitch, So I want to say shout out to all my followers. I want to say thank you because without y'all, I would not have made it this high so far. Okay? Without y'all. Okay? I want to thank y'all first, and then I want to thank me for coming in this bitch every morning. Okay? I want to thank me for putting out lives and shit. Okay? I want to thank me for putting out videos and reels and posts. I want to thank me for staying consistent in this bitch, okay? To let you know that, listen, consistency is the motherfucking key. A lot of content creators, okay, that they don't understand consistency. A lot of them don't. They will clown you and say, oh, I got better things to do with my life than be on social media. Mind you, listen, I multitask. I know I got to handle shit in this house. I know I got to handle stuff with the children. I handle my business. And then I will do whatever I can on my social media. That's what I do. Okay? Mind you, after I do my lives, what I do is I pump out a couple of videos and I hold them all day. That's how my shit pump. I pump out a couple videos after my live, hold that shit all day, and then break it up. That's how I pass out content every day. Okay, so I want to thank me for staying on my motherfucking grind. That's what I want to do. I want to thank me for staying on my motherfucking grind. Even when people be talking about me, talking about, oh, she cheating those numbers. She cheating those numbers. Oh no, she got some fake views. Let me share something with you. Couple months ago, okay, about March, okay, found out that YouTube, this is why you got to be in your YouTube studios. You got to be in your YouTube studios and read those damn emails that they give y'all, okay? Nobody told me, ain't nobody tell me. A lot of content creators I rock with, nobody told me, okay? But they knew themselves what the fuck was going on. But they ain't say nothing to nobody. And if I ain't do a little digging and reading, okay? If I ain't do a little digging and reading, okay, in YouTube studios, I wouldn't have known that YouTube was putting your lives in the Reels feed. So what did I do? What did I do? As the loudmouth heifer that I am, okay, I came and told the masses, listen, get on your phone, get in your phone, do your lives on your phone, so you can enter the YouTube Reels, right? I came and told everybody that shit. Okay? I ain't hide it like other content creators. I came and told this shit. Then people started saying, oh no, you got fake numbers. You got fake numbers. I don't have fake numbers. I don't have fake numbers. All YouTube did was put me in a real section. Okay? That's why my shit pumped. They just put me in a real section in this bitch. And it is what it is. Don't hate on me because I pump more content than you. Then you want to act like you my friend and then turn around and talk about me behind my back. I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know right now. Okay? Just want to let you know. Okay? Right now. Bitch, I see you. Bitches, I see you. Just want to let you know. Just because you smile up in my face and talk behind my back, bitch, I just want to let you know. I see you, bitch. Now, another thing, too. Yesterday, I was on Black Men Unfiltered. We have to get into this. I was on Black Men Unfiltered yesterday. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to rock with me this morning. I'm going to announce y'all in a few minutes. So I was in Black Men Unfiltered live yesterday. I was not, because y'all know that it's the brothers' times on Friday. Okay, so most of the time women don't go up. Okay, we don't go up. Okay, so some sister came up there. Okay, MJ or whatever her name is, and she started disrespecting the brothers in on the panel. And this is the problem that I have with a lot of our sisters who are content creators. You will go up to the panel, right? You will go up to a panel full of men, and you will start cursing and shouting at them and disrespecting them. And so, as them being men, they can't respond because they know they fucking with a little girl. They know that there's a little girl speaking out a grown ass woman body. Because if you can't talk to a man and you can't talk to a man without cursing, you ain't grow up yet. You ain't grow up yet. So now when she got up here and started cursing them out, I immediately ran my happy ass. Well, I ain't run. You know I ain't run. You know my back is not right. I immediately came my big ass downstairs and got the hell on my computer. Okay? And I chimed in. And only why I chimed in and called her a demon, because that's what the fuck she was doing. She was demoning it up on social media. Okay? Because she know if these brothers respond to her and correct her accordingly, they will be called sassy. Oh, they're sassy. Oh, they're in their feelings, and these are grown men. Okay, so I'm happy Black Man Unfiltered let me up. The only problem I was mad about is my mic was too motherfucking low. Because the other day I had a live, okay, with Michaela. I had a live with Michaela. Shout out to Michaela. I had a live with her, so I had to make sure my mic was not too loud and doing an echo. So that's why my mic was low. But I was ready to scream on that bitch yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was ready to scream on that bitch yesterday. And everything I was saying, my mic was muffled. I was so mad. Okay, and then Grace came up in here. Grace, you supposed to hold the line, Grace. You was not supposed to get indignant like me, Grace. Okay, you was not. Also, to all my followers, when I do bullshit like this, please do not be in the comment section like, yes, right, take heed, that's right. No, I was motherfucking wrong. I was wrong, y'all. Don't you co-sign my shit. I'm letting you know, Steven, don't be laughing. Don't co-sign my shit. Okay? Because I could have came up there and talked to that woman like I had some sense. But I was mad as hell at the time. Now, I don't need y'all to co-sign my shit. When I fuck up, okay, say, take heed now. Come on now, take heed. Okay? That's what should have happened. 18 said, I asked you to digress. 18, I wasn't even paying attention to the comment section, baby. I wasn't paying attention to the comment section until after I got off there. Okay? So you right, 18. Also, shout out to Boss Man, because first of all, Boss Man, okay? First of all, Boss Man muted our mics and shit to get the point across. Shout out to Boss Man, because Boss Man was not playing. Okay? Melania said, grown ass girl. Yes, now, this is the thing. Even though I can't stand that bald-headed bitch with those locks in her head, and she ain't even taking care of those motherfucking locks she got in her hair. How you gonna have locks in your hair and you bald-headed in the middle? What are we doing? Why are you not taking care of your motherfucking hair? Okay? That's what we talking about. Okay? Looking like Raggedy Ann. But the problem is, okay? The whole problem is I'm tired of bitches like that. Okay? Y'all get on grown men panels and y'all get in here and just be disgracing these brothers for no motherfucking reason, because they can't say shit back to you with your raggedy ass and self, with your smelly pussy ass self. Okay? Smelly pussy, smelly cat. Smelly pussy, smelly cat. Okay? With your nasty ass. Okay, and then you sat up there and had some brother in your video. Some brother was in your video. Okay, I'm quite sure he done ran all the way away from your ass with the mouth you got, trying to act like you civil. You was nowhere near civil. Going on a whole panel, you don't even know these men. You going on a whole panel, and the only man that you gave respect to was for Information Man. Shout out to Information Man. He's a scholar and a gentleman. Okay, that's the only man you gave respect to, but you was like, fuck the rest of them. Okay, you was like, fuck the rest of them, all because y'all was talking about P Diddy. Okay, first of all, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. But the men were correct. When something happens with a black man, they crucify him to the cross. But when it is a Caucasian man, they don't crucify him as bad as they will crucify the black man. That's the truth. That's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to hear. That's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to hear. Do they crucify black men more than they crucify any other culture? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, what Diddy was doing, how many Caucasian men, any other men from any race have done the same shit, and they have not done anything to these men? Okay? Now listen, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Okay? All that shit that Diddy has been doing, that has been the beginning of Hollyweird. That has been the beginning of Hollyweird. This didn't just happen now. Do you hear me? This didn't just come out of the woodworks right now. This has been since the beginning. He's not the only one. He's not. Now, am I taking up for him? Hell no, I'm not. Because everybody have a choice. You have a choice to play with the devil, and you have a choice to be with God. You have a choice. So if you choose to play with the devil, then that's your treat right there. If you choose to be with God, then you will see blessings on top of blessings and more blessings. But when you choose to play with the devil, he has an expire date. And the only thing that happened is that Diddy expiring date is up. That's all. They're gonna find another clown to do those secret parties. He's not the first, and he damn sure ain't gonna be the last. But this snagger-tooth, okay, hyena bitch done came on to Black Men Unfiltered looking a hot motherfucking mess and listen, no respect for these brothers at all. I was just mad my mic was not loud enough. Okay, but shout out to Michaela because I was on her show and that's why my mic was low like that. But I kid you not, baby, there was some shit I wanted to say. And then my king just looked at me like, get off this thing right now. I don't know what you doing. Get your ass off that computer right now. So I ain't had no choice but to get the fuck off. Okay? Grace, you did what it did, baby. Grace, you were supposed to come in to be the peace, baby. That's the truth. You were supposed to come in to be the peace. Okay? That's the truth. All right, Grace? All right? Because if I'm acting up, Grace, you can't be acting up too. One of us gotta be civil, okay? We both can't tag team bitches in here, Grace, okay? Okay, now, let me get to the introductions. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Okay, Melania, Steven, Maya, 18. What's up, baby? What's going on? It's good to see y'all. Jayla Raw, what's up, baby? It's good to see you, sir. All right, who else we got in here? Let me see. Embrace the grace. Who else we got in here? All right, so that's it, my regular family. How y'all doing this morning? We gonna do what it do. We gonna do what it do, baby. We gonna do what it do. So now, okay. Now we gonna do what it do. The title of this foolery, okay, because I just got all switched off of what I was trying to do this morning. But I had to address the bullshit. You always got some hyenas coming far away from the hyena kingdom, and they want to come lie in lion territory. But bitch, no, you can't stay here. You can't stay here, bitch. Okay? You can't be in lion's territory. You can't be in here, bitch. Okay? Just let you know. Okay? The thing that killed me is that some of these internet bitches, y'all get up here on social media, y'all talk so much cash money shit. Okay? But if you met this content creator in person, you wouldn't say shit to me. You would not say shit to me. Even in my old age, I could still give it to you. But I don't even understand that. First of all, I'm not. I quick to call a popo. I'm too old to be out here trying to do nonsense with y'all dirty bitches. Okay? But it is what it is. The title of this foolery is Candace Owens went down the rabbit hole because of Kamala Harris. Okay? Shout out to Candace Owens. Candace dropping that shit like crazy over there. Shout out to Candace. Candace Owens went down the rabbit hole because of Kamala Harris. Okay? Now I'm going to share something with y'all. Remind me never. Okay? Good morning. Good morning, Red Cup. How are you? It's good to see you, Michaela. So listen. Remind me to never say any shit about Candace. Just want to let y'all know. Remind me, Candace is an award-winning investigator. Okay? 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 Remind me to never say nothing bad about Candace. You hear me? Okay? Because she going to go into all the shit that I talk about on this page. She going to say, I found her crack addict mama, her crack addict daddy, well, dope daddy. I found her sisters and brothers. Remind me never to talk bad about Candace. Do you hear me? I found out where all her 3 projects, where she lived at. Listen. Remind me to never talk bad about Candace. Candace is somebody's problem. Shout out to Candace. Candace is somebody's motherfucking problem. I'm sorry. Furious, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. Furious say facts. I appreciate you, honey. So we gonna do what it do. Shout out to Kosher, because I had to use his word down the rabbit hole. Okay? And listen, it is what it is, baby. This is a problem right here. Okay? This is a whole problem right here. Okay? Now we gonna go into Candace video. Okay? It's not too long. But we gonna go into her video because she did some stuff. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was like, is this real? What I'm looking at, is this real? Candace was getting it in. Okay? Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Because Pink Book Lessons dropped her own stuff too. Okay? Pink Book Lessons dropped her own stuff too. Okay? Red Cup said Candace pulled her card. Yes, she did, and it's nasty. Candace pulled her card, and it's nasty, baby. Okay, now this is episode 74. Okay, now all the other episodes, baby, y'all got to go watch that on Candace show. Okay, because I want to send people her way. You got to watch the rest on Candace show. And while you over there, baby, donate to her channel. Donate to her channel. Okay, fuck what you heard. Candace is the truth. Y'all been talking bad about Candace and everything. Okay, now listen. I ain't like Candace in the beginning either. I did not. But if you sit there and you listen to this woman right here, this woman is nothing but the truth. She nothing but the truth. Everybody's like, oh no, all she does is talk bad about the black community. She's talking the truth about the black community. That's why y'all have a problem with her. Because y'all want black women to come out and say all black women are good. Black women don't do no wrong. Y'all want people to come out and say that. But we not. The women who got common sense, we not going to get up here and lie for the sisterhood. We're not doing that. Now, I want to share something with you. I have shared it in our group chat. Y'all know how we do. We don't play videos here, okay? I had shared it in our group chat on IG. All you got to do is go and it will say, "Are we getting close?" Okay. Episode 74. Let's get into it. Let's see what she got going on over here. Let's check it out.
All right, guys, happy Friday. Well, if we've learned anything this week, it's that the media should have just left Janet Jackson alone. That really is the lesson. That really is the moral. I mean, I didn't want to be doing this. I told my husband I was going to chill for the rest of the year because we've had enough excitement this year. Fired, banned from YouTube. I was like, well, I'm just going to relax. But then the media came out and tried to paint Janet Jackson as mentally unbalanced. And I'll be honest, something came over me. I was just like,
Candace said, "Not on my watch."
and so here we are. Welcome back to Candace.
Candace said, "Not on my watch."
All right, I'm actually really happy it's Friday because I feel like we need the weekend to go through all of the emails and all the documents, and I'm just so obsessed with this now that I just need a day break, or a 2-day break rather, to really dive into this, because now we have an entire family, and I need to look into specifically the Orris's family, other relatives. Obviously, I'm not going to share any of their information. We've found a lot, but it would help. It would help us better understand why Kamala is hiding an entire piece of her family. It's completely bizarre. So what we want to do today, because so many of you guys are emailing me, is to just organize what we know for a fact, plus tell you a couple of new things that we've discovered in the last few hours. And then if you want to send me more stuff, just make sure it's one of the things, or it's pertaining to one of the things that we have a question mark on. So first, we're going to just go through a timeline of the relevant people. Let's start with Beryl Magdalene Christie. So I'm going to actually give you guys this timeline so you can look through it. Anything that is italicized means that it's still a question mark. We're still wondering whether or not this document could be Beryl or could be somebody else, and we're awaiting a confirmation. What we know for a fact is that Beryl was born in 1917. We know this because we have the birth certificate, and Iris's name, which is Beryl's mother, is listed as Iris Finnegan on the birth certificate. Again, Beryl is spelled slightly differently, but we know because of Kamala's book that name spelling shifted over the years and was also spelled with a Y. We then have a document, and this is highly suspicious, that Beryl birthed Donald Harris. Allegedly, this could be Kamala's father. The only problem is that we're looking here not at a birth certificate, but a death certificate, which would put the birth of Donald around 1938. It looks like this infant died just a few months short of turning 2 years old. So could have been born in 1938, died in 1940 November. And it says, oddly, that this is the son of Albert Harris, so that's confusing. But this is the only document that we could find for a Donald Harris that has a mother named Beryl Harris. And again, that Donald died. So this one is a question mark. We know for a fact, however, that Beryl Magdalene Finnegan was married in 1944. She was 25 years old. We have that marriage certificate, and she was married to Lawford Newland. And here is where things get strange, because we were able to locate the divorce document between Lawford Newland and Beryl Magdalene. And that
Why is it getting strange, though? Why is it getting strange, y'all? Doesn't that sound really crazy that the name her father holds on to, the name that the father has, right? Her father, that the child died at the age of 2. Doesn't that sound strange? That the child died at the age of 2. This is the name her father has. He says this is his mother, but the child died at the age of 2. Nobody sees anything wrong with that? I'm just putting it out there. Also, her father, allegedly worked in like the Hall of Records in Jamaica, and so anything that needed to be switched over or documented, to the updated system, her father was in charge of that, I'm just putting that out there. Okay, allegedly. If you go check, okay, Candace stuff, you gonna see that her father worked, okay, and a certain part of the government in Jamaica that kept records of their people, okay, just like how we have, our birth certificate, death certificate. They have that certain department, analytics. Am I saying that? I'm probably not saying that right. But let's get back into the story. Here we go.
In 1956. Okay, so they were married. That would mean if Donald Harris, J. Harris, was in fact born, Kamala's father was in fact born in 1938, and they didn't divorce until 1956. And he grew up with Beryl, as he signifies in his book, My Mother, Miss Beryl, or in his Jamaican paper that he wrote about his ancestral roots. That would mean throughout the majority of his young life, from the time he was 6 till the time he was 18, his mother, Miss Beryl, was married to Lawford Newland, and yet he declines to mention Lawford Newland at all. Ooh. Major question mark. We move on to a possible death certificate, and I feel very strongly that this is the correct death certificate. 1960 for Beryl Christie Finnegan. We are learning here that she died of fibroids, and as we know, if this is a woman who suffered with birth, this could make sense. The story could make sense that she died a couple of years after she got divorced. But again, we're not completely sure. We're looking for something that is concrete, where we can say, yes, this Beryl Finnegan died in 1960, which then makes Kamala's timeline of having met her grandmother, who had died before she was even born, highly suspicious. Then we jump to 1990.
I want to ask y'all something. Do you think, allegedly, that because the father worked in the Hall of Records, he took on the identity of someone else's family? For what? Allegedly. Allegedly, I'm just putting it out there. Why would the father take on the identity of someone else's family? Allegedly. Because check this out. If the Donald J. Harris that was supposed to be born this and this date, but then at the age 2, the child died. How is it that this same Donald Harris that they said that passed away when they were 2 is still alive today? That does not make sense. Do it. It sounds like, allegedly, this man took on somebody's identity. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Allegedly, you don't want to get sued, but that's what it sounds like. He took on somebody else's identity because he worked in the Hall of Records. He worked in the Hall of Records. He knows who passed away. Okay? He knows who is who. He just got the information. Why in his book he only has one sentence of his mom? That's it. Nothing else like, oh, we had good times, we did this, we did that. No, that's it. Something doesn't sound right. Okay? Something does not sound right. Now, do people take on other people's identity when people have passed on to glory? They do. They do. Okay? I got a little story to tell y'all after we finish this foolery. Okay, here we go.
Because people have been sharing this other possible death certificate. And I'm going to rank this as a very low likelihood. One, because somebody sent me an email and they gave me a strong lead that this could actually be a different Beryl Christie Clark. And we're going to look into that further. But also because the person listed as having been there when she died was Douglas Finnegan. And we don't have a Douglas Finnegan in this family. And also, if you look at the date of death and the age, 81 years old, that would mean that this individual was born in 1914, which would have been before our Beryl was born. So we're going to continue to rule this one out by trying to locate who that Douglas Finnegan is that signed. But I rank this as a very low likelihood, but we want to keep it here as possible because it's not entirely ruled out. Now let's jump over to Oscar Joseph Harris, Beryl's alleged husband, who I am now certain was never her husband, and I'll explain why. Okay, we know for a fact that Oscar Joseph Harris, who Kamala purports is her grandfather in her book, was born in 1914 on April 5th. We have that birth document, making it all the more suspicious that we can't find her alleged father's, Donald Harris's, who was born after him. We then know, which we discovered yesterday, super huge development, that he married and that wedding was recorded in the local newspaper, the Daily Gleaner. And you can see, even though it's a shadowed photo, that very much looks like the photo of Oscar Joseph Harris that she shared. And because of the details that were provided in this article, we know for a fact that it is him because it lists the fact that his brother Newton stood in as best man. And we know for a fact that Newton is the brother. So we know for a fact that they got married, and he died in 1976 in St. Catherine. We have his death certificate. Now, I want to point this out to you because this is actually something that's quite odd. Allegedly, he only had one child, and that child was Kamala's father. That's what we are told, that his only child was Donald J. Harris. But something's not right there, because if you look at this death certificate, look at the bottom here. You see that the person that is the informant letting them know that he died is Christopher Harris. And when you look under, it asks, what is your qualification? Essentially, what is your qualification to inform? And it's his son. It says in parentheses, his qualification is son. And so his son was there, and his son's name is Christopher Harris, not Donald Harris. And I'm just wondering, who is Christopher Harris? This is a major question mark.
Who is Christopher Harris? Because if Donald Harris is the oldest son, why wasn't he there? That doesn't make sense, right? If he's the oldest son, why wasn't he there? If Christopher Harris, allegedly, okay, because you got to throw out allegedly everywhere. Good morning, everybody who just came in. I appreciate y'all. Malik, Tara, what's going on, baby? Ricky, how are you? Black Men Unfiltered, how you doing? We gonna do what it do. We gonna do what it do. Okay? We gonna do what it do. Let's continue. Let's continue, y'all.
Donald Harris, do you have a brother named Christopher Harris? If not, is Donald Harris actually the son of Oscar Harris? We'll get into more of that later. Okay, now let's look at Viora Anita Cambridge Harris, because we know that she got married. What we know for a fact about her is that she was born in 1927. We were able to locate her birth certificate. Yes, Viora Cambridge was born in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. We know, again, as we already mentioned, that she married Oscar Joseph Harris, and we know that because there was a huge announcement about the wedding. And then we wanted to be able to track how long they stayed married for. Did they actually stay married until he died? And it looks like they did, in fact, stay married until he died. And this is how we know. Her name appears in that Daily Gleaner in 1966. So in the corner there, you can see that it says Viora Harris. It says Mrs. Viora Harris, implying that she is still married and she has been appointed to the senior postmaster position. So we know that they were still very much married at this time. And then we know that he died in 1976, and she kept his name by choice, okay, when she was naturalized in the United States, okay? We found her documents of naturalization. I'm going to show that to you. This is in 1991. And there is a portion of this where it explicitly asks her if she wants to change her name. So she has the option here to go back to Cambridge. Her husband is now dead, and she decides she doesn't want to do that. You can see number 4 there. I request that my name be changed to none. So when she was naturalized, she kept her married last name, which is Viora Anita Harris. So major problem here, again, when we get into Donald J. Harris's story that he told in the newspaper about his Jamaican heritage, because we now know that they got married and then they stayed married until he died. So Mass Oscar the entire time was married to this white woman whose name is Vioris Cambridge Harris. We then know that at some point she was able to abandon her marriage and maybe just filed something that he was deceased. We have not located that form, so that's another question mark, but she did remarry a man named Errol McPherson. Okay, in 1994. We know that for a fact because there are records down in Florida that indicate that. And then we know that she died in 2019 in Broward County. Of course, I've already shared with you yesterday the funeral website. So if you guys are like me and you like to take notes, we're leaving this up for you so that you can know exactly what it is that we have and follow this timeline as we continue to investigate it. So let's talk about the major issues that our timeline presents. So I believe it is undeniable, having seen her face and her smile, that Vioris is very clearly related to Kamala Harris. Okay? So obviously we naturally think that this must be Kamala Harris.
Now I want to share something with you. This is why I put both of these pictures up on IG and in our YouTube community tab as well. I put both of the pictures up. Hey, Hall, how are you, baby? So I put both of the pictures up. I put the one that she claimed to be her grandmother. And then I put the original picture that they said might be her grandmother. Okay, allegedly. We have to throw allegedly out there. Okay, because you could get in a lot of trouble by pushing stuff. So you have to say allegedly. Okay, so now if you look at the picture of her and the brown skinned woman, that's my complexion. It doesn't look like they have any type of link together. You know, when you're around your grandmother, you hug your grandmother. You know, you lay on your grandmother hug you. She put her arm around you. You know what I'm saying? This is what grandmas do, okay? Because I know mine did it, okay? May her soul rest in peace, okay? My grandmother was very affectionate to us. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, and then you have this Caucasian woman, okay, that look just like Kamala. Kamala looked just like this woman, okay, allegedly, okay. I don't know, okay. Something is not right, okay. Something is not right. I want to put that out there. How is it that the father worked in like the Hall of Records of Jamaica? Because this is like every record of all their citizens and the people who passed away. How is it that the father works in the Hall of Records? And the same Donald that he claims to be, allegedly, Donald J. Harris, this same Donald J. Harris, same mother and father, this child died at the age of 2. Where are we getting that from? Okay? Where are we getting that from? Okay, where are we getting that from? Let's go into it.
His grandmother. But here's a problem. In order for that to be Kamala Harris's grandmother, Vioris would have had to have birthed Donald Harris, Kamala's father, when she was just 11 years old.
Ooh.
I find that to be extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely that Vioris, and she would have been at Cambridge then, so they would have had to have had some sort of affair before they got married, okay? And so he was born in 1938. She would have had to have been pregnant when she was 10, right? She would have been pregnant in 1937, gave birth in 1938. Then they decided to hold off on the wedding until 1944. You know, maybe they did. Maybe he got a 10-year-old pregnant and they waited until she was older to get married. But I think that's extremely unlikely that an 11-year-old girl gave birth. And if she did give birth, I don't think her father would have walked her down the aisle as he did. We learned that from the entry in the Gleaner, in the Daily Gleaner. It was announced that her father, V.S. Cambridge, held her hand as they walked down the aisle.
Wow.
I think your dad, if some random person knocked you up at the age of 10, probably wouldn't have done that. He probably would have chased him with a shotgun.
Yes.
I'm imagining here.
Allegedly.
But that was what we would have to believe in order for this to be Kamala's grandmother. And the other thing that I keep asking myself is, why lie about this? Why is Kamala hiding this woman who she's very clearly closely related to? That's the other issue that I have, because Okay, yeah, I get it. They always want to lean into being black, but people don't have a problem if you just have one white grandparent. She could have tried to grift this in a different way.
The truth is, nobody cares if you have one white grandparent. Nobody cares. On my mama's side, right? On my mama's side, okay. My grandmother, okay. My grandmother is Caucasian, okay, and Indian, okay. Her father is Caucasian, okay. Her mother was Indian, okay. And what happened was my grandmother wanted to be with a black man. She wanted her kids to have some dark skin, okay? So she met a man from the South my granddaddy was that purple black, that nice, smooth purple black, that royal black. That's what my granddaddy looked like, okay? And then the kids came out with some color. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's all right that you got one grandparent that's white. We're not mad at you. We are not mad at you. Okay? It's all right. It's all right. All right, it happens. Some of our great grandparents was doing stuff that they know they ain't had no business doing, and at the time they could have got sent to glory. Okay? But they did it. And then our foundation continued to grow, and it is what it is. But the problem is, where did the blackness come into play, though? That's the problem that black folks got. See, they wouldn't have had a problem if you would have just stuck to the script, okay, that you said in the beginning you was a Southeastern Asian Indian or whatever you were saying up there talking about you happy for the being nominated. If you would have just stuck to that, we would have been fine. We would have been fine. You could have just stuck to that, said you went to a You could have said, I went to a HBCU. You could have said, I put hot sauce on everything. You could have said, I could do a mean two-step, and we would have just took you like that. But because all these lies is coming out and shit, black folk got a problem. Black people, why are we not tired? Why are we not tired? Okay? Why are we not tired? Because the truth be told, anybody that you put up in the White House, they ain't gonna do shit for us anyway. But why are we not tired? Get reparations out y'all head. We not getting reparations. Please drop that subject. It's not gonna work. It's not going to work. Drop that reparations in your head. I'm just letting you know. Just get on your grind. Continue to take care of your family. Yes, Ricky said black folks love to lie. Love to lie. That's why. They love to hear lies. That's why. Because here you go, a father who worked in the Hall of Records in Jamaica. Harris was a prominent family in Jamaica. Okay? Prominent family. All right? A death certificate for Donald J. Harris was done at the age of 2. Are you telling me that the same mother and same father had multiple children that was named Donald J. Harris? Come on now. Come on now. Y'all better act like y'all got some sense. Come on now. This does not make sense. Come on, y'all. Put it together. Something is wrong. When the father wrote the book, he only put one sentence of the mother. Not my sweet mother, my caring mother, my lovely mother. None of that. He just put her name. Kamala did the same thing too. Just one sentence. How do you not have history of your mother? How do you not remember any good times of your mother? That does not make sense. Who does that? Put 2 and 2 together. The father worked in the Hall of Records when he had to change the the historical records into a new system. So he knows who is who and who is a part of who family and all these things. Something is not right. Okay, good morning, Mr. He said. Something is not right. Just want to put that out there. Okay, allegedly, because you don't want to get sued. Allegedly. Let's get into it.
Complicate it in a different way, but she was dead set on hiding this woman. Why? There's something here that we're missing about Vioris Cambridge Harris that presents a problem for Kamala Harris. Is it because of the age gap? Maybe. Donald J. Harris is the biggest problem in our story. We keep arriving at the Donald J. Harris problem. This is what we need to really focus all of our attention to, because we don't have any birth certificate for him, despite the fact that we have birth certificates for everyone else around him. We've got birth certificates for his uncles. We have birth certificates for his father. We have birth certificates for every single person in his orbit. We have birth certificate for Vioris. There's no reason, it's very clear, that they had no troubles keeping records in this family. But there's no birth certificate for Donald J. Harris. We also cannot find a marriage certificate for him. So we mentioned to you guys yesterday, we found a marriage announcement here in Jamaica. We also found a marriage announcement near Oakland. The announcement, we've also seen an entry for the divorce. An entry, by the way, we still have not been able to find a divorce docket. We're looking for it in the court system. It should be there. But why does he not have any concrete documents? Where is their actual...
Now, I got to ask y'all something. Could it be a mistake that the birth certificate, the court documents for marriage is not there, that it was lost somewhere? Could it be a mistake? Could it be? Could it be that the documents may have gotten misplaced? Why is that, though? Why is that? Why is that? Because I'm going to share something with you. In America, we hold dear to paperwork. I don't care how old that paperwork is. We hold dear to paperwork. We keep paperwork. We do. I worked when I was younger 3 years for the summer. And then when I graduated, I still was able to keep that job. I worked as a clerk for the Union County Courthouse in Elizabeth. All their documents from God knows how long was in the basement. All their documents. They had it in, in every year they had it. Every year, color coordinated, everything. Okay? And so you had to go on these shelves for these old documents, everything. Okay? So every city, every state, every country keep documentation. How is it that none of his documents are being able to be found? Because why? Why? He worked in the Hall of Records in Jamaica. He worked there. Any documents he needed, he could have gotten. Something is not right. Just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. Okay? It is what it is. Okay? Okay, so somebody just put this in here. They lost my birth certificate in Mississippi. The courthouse burned down. They changed my middle name. Okay. Never heard that before. Never heard that before. And this is Mississippi. I never heard that before. That they change your name and everything. I never heard that before. Okay. And I'll share something else with you. I like when people put stuff so that it'll have other people thinking like, oh, well, maybe it burned down. There's no record of the Hall of Records burning down in Jamaica, because I'll share something with you. Okay? I'll share something with you. Okay? Candace would have said it. Candace would have said the Hall of Records burnt down or something like that, and that's why they couldn't find the documents. She ain't gonna lie like that. She's an award-winning investigator. Yeah, it's the truth. Okay? She can investigate some shit. She sniffed out everything. Shout out to Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace. We gonna do what it do. Let's get back into it.
Marriage certificate. There was an announcement, by the way, for an annulment, also published near Oakland, that they had filed for an annulment in 1971. But again, we cannot locate the marriage certificate, and I find that to be problematic. What we do know, by the way, so that you guys don't go off in the wrong direction, is that the mother is listed as Goplin Iyer.
Also, I want to share this with you. I see somebody put, oh yeah, they all knew 80 years later she would run for president, vice president. No. What I'm thinking is that the identity was hidden because the father. I didn't say anything about Kamala. He wasn't thinking nothing about Kamala. I said I believe the identity was hidden because of the father. The father worked in the Hall of Records. Okay? He probably worked under another name and then he switched his name. Allegedly. People take other people's identity. It is the truth. They do. Okay? They do. They will work under your social security number and your name and build a whole life under your social security number and your name. Okay? Just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. Let's go.
We were at first looking for Shyamala Iyer. It looks like when they were married, she was married under just Goplin Iyer. And so if you're going to try to locate this marriage certificate, I would suggest editing to looking for her name in particular. My instinct is that he maybe had a different name that he was using, a different legal name that he was using.
I said the same thing.
And then there is the problem with his entire story that he presents when he writes about his Jamaican heritage. His memory is either extremely faulty or he's an outright liar. In his memory, he writes that he completely neglects to include the fact that his mother, who he calls Miss Beryl, was married to Lawford Newland and remained married.
Who calls their mother by their name? Who calls their mother by their name? Miss So-and-so. Who calls their mother by their name? Anybody? Put your hand, put a 1 in the chat if you call your mother by her name. Okay? Black people, I already know y'all don't do that shit because our mothers will backhand us. Okay? So anybody black, don't even put that in the chat. Okay? Because we already know our mothers will backhand us. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you have called your mama by her name. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you have called your mama by her name growing up. You put a 1 in the chat. Let's understand if you have called your mama by her name growing up. You never called her mama. You never called her mama one time. You called her by her name. Okay? Okay? Because yes, you may have been doing business and you called out your mama name doing business. You said, but this is my mother. You know, this is my mom. This is my mom. Her name is so-and-so. Because black children, we don't do that shit. We don't, no matter how old we are. You think you're going to go up as old as we are now in our 50s. You think you're going to go up to your mama and call her by her name? You gonna go up to your mama, a black woman, and call her by her name? I just want to know. Okay? Maya said, unless you want to sleep for a week. Yes, I just want to know. Are we going to do that? Mind you, our mothers are in their 70s and 80s now. You going to sit up there and tell your mama, oh, Connie, how you doing, Connie? Your mama smack you. Your mama smacked the shit out you. She hit you. She'll hit you. Real hard, she'll hit you. Okay? Black families, let's act like we know. We know better. We know better. I don't know about any other culture. Okay, I don't care about any other culture that y'all say that shit. Black folks don't do that. We don't call our mama, and we damn sure don't call our daddy by his name. We don't do that shit. We do not do that shit. Let's get into it. Okay? All right, let's get into it.
For 12 years of his life, from the time he was 6 until he was 18 years old. That is a major problem. You don't forget that when you're writing about your upbringing. Yeah, actually, she was married to somebody else. He recounts growing up with Oscar Harris, right? Mass Oscar, as he refers to him, and Miss Beryl. But both of them were married to other people when he was growing up, not to one another. This is why we cannot find a marriage record between Beryl and Oscar. My conclusion is they were never married. They were never married because Oscar was married to his wife Vioris until he died in 1976. So Donald's story makes entirely no sense. He lied or he misremembered. And in fact, the only scenario in which he is telling the truth about all of them being there on the farm at the exact same time is if Miss Iris.
I love when people, grown ass people, get up here and lying. Marvin gonna say, y'all see Marvin, right? Y'all see the comment Marvin put in this bitch, right? Look at his comment. He said, my dad by his name since I could talk. Okay. My dad by his name since I could talk. So you saying you called your daddy by his name since you could talk? I just want to know. I just want to know before I continue the video. So you saying you called your name by his, you called your daddy by his name. Oh, that's nasty, Hill. That's nasty. Hill, I saw what you wrote. That's true. That's true. You right, Hill. That mean that man wasn't your daddy. That's what it mean. Mm-hmm. Nope. That mean that man was not your daddy. No. If you black, ain't no way you was calling your daddy by his name if you black. Now, if you a different color, then maybe, maybe. Black folks don't do that shit. We don't do that. Okay? We don't do that. Hill, you done hit the nail on the damn head, Hill. Damn, Hill. You doing too much, Hill. You doing too much. Oh, damn, Hill. Okay, Ricky said, well, he was your stepdaddy. That could have been it too. Damn, he wasn't your daddy. Your mama lied to you. He couldn't have been your daddy. Ain't no way you was calling your father a black man. Okay? Ain't no way in hell. Ain't none of us. I'm running around here talking about Calvin. Calvin. Hey, Calvin, you better get over here and change my diaper, Calvin. You better get over here and change my diaper, Calvin. Okay? All right? You better get over here and change my diaper. I need to go to school, Calvin. Okay? I want some Cheerios in this bitch, Calvin. Okay? Yes. Okay? Marvin up here lying. Y'all, listen, let's get back into it. We ain't got time for trolls today. We ain't got time. Let's go.
Was actually Vioris, the white woman, okay, who was married to his father, Oscar Harris, Mass Oscar, with the domestic help. Miss Beryl Finnegan, who died young, and her mother, Iris Finnegan, on hand. That could make sense to me, right? Because I understand how that works, how an entire family will work on a farm for another family. As you know, my grandfather grew up on a sharecropping farm in the South. This would have been around that same time. My grandfather was born in 1942, so I could see that making sense. But then again, we would have to arrive at the diabolical conclusion that she turned the help into her family.
Uh-oh.
She wanted the public to think that she had a blacker history of some description.
Oh, wait.
But as I said, we still have a major Donald Harris problem. We have no birth certificate. And we also don't know who or where Christopher Harris is, Oscar's son, who was
Wait a minute. Black lady, I saw what you wrote. My kid's dad did it. Had all our babies calling him Scott. Damn. Black lady. No, no, no. Oh, hell no. Oh, damn. I'm gonna let you, you know what? Because you one of my regulars. You one of my regulars. I'm gonna just let that slide. I'm gonna let that slide. Let's go on. Let's continue. Oh, hell to the no, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
The time of his death. I've looked up Christopher Harris in the records. I'm looking to see if there's any birth records in St. Anne Parish where they all seem to have been born. I've checked St. Elizabeth as well because that's where Vioris was born. I can't find any trace of a Christopher Harris. If you have better luck, send it to me at info@CandaceOwens.com. But here's something that we do know about Donald Harris. We know for a fact that Donald Harris was a committed communist. And what do we know about communists in general? Communists change their identities the entire time. They steal identities and they change their name. That is like a witchcraft that they have perfected. Historically speaking, every major communist figure that you know changed their name. They don't use their real names. Joseph Stalin was not Joseph Stalin. Vladimir Lenin was not Vladimir Lenin. Pol Pot was not Pol Pot. A good commie knows that you have to change your identity and continually change your...
Ooh, so y'all heard what she said, right? She said a good commie knows that they got to change their name. They got to continuously change their name, okay? Because we all know that Harris' father was a communist, right? We all know that. We understand that, right? Let's get back into the story.
Here's my theory, okay? And again, now we are speculating. We are in the theory zone. So these are not backed by facts. And I'm going to continue to look and I'll debunk my own theory if I come across different evidence. But my gut is telling me that Donald Harris is simply lying about who he is. I'm not even convinced that he is Kamala's father at all. Because as I said, the lie has to be so big that it was worthy of her changing who her grandparent was in the storyline. What is it that she's hiding? Kamala also looks a little too much like her grandmother. Do you kind of get where I'm going with this? I'm going to show you this picture of Kamala with who we are told is her mother, Shyamala Goplan. Shyamala, again, if you're looking for documents pertaining to her, don't use Shyamala. But this is just a picture of Shyamala in her youth, and we're going to compare that to who we now know is definitely her relative, Vioris. Who does Kamala favor here?
She looked like
how her mother looks extremely Indian on the left-hand side there, but actually, I don't think she looks like Kamala at all. Who does she favor more? Now, I want to be clear. That's just we're using our own eyes. The reality is that genetics can be extremely unpredictable, especially when you start race mixing. Obviously, you know I have racially mixed kids. I have my son, my third born, has blonde hair. He looks exactly like his father, but he looks exactly like his father. You know, he looks exactly like his father. And I've seen kids that favor their grandparents. Like,
now, what she's saying is true. She's telling the truth because sometimes the child, the great grandchild, can look like the great grandmother. Okay. Sometimes the great grandchild can look like the great grandfather. So she's right about that. Okay. So this is why we're saying allegedly. This may not be what it is. Baby, if you want to see the pictures, you got to go to our community tab. Okay. So I just want to put that out there, y'all. Okay. Want to put that out there. This is all allegedly. Okay. Now Candace gonna say what she want to say on her channel, because she's the one who's hunting this, all this down. But I gotta say allegedly because I don't have any paperwork on this thing. I gotta say allegedly to save my channel. Okay. Now she could say whatever she wants because she the one who did the investigation. Okay, not me. So I gotta say allegedly, or I'll get in trouble on YouTube. So we gonna get back into the video.
Definitely happened. Like I said, genetics is funny business. You never know what gene you're going to hit, but I am just saying that she really, really, really favors Vioris, who she has gone through great lengths to obscure. I'm actually going to show you a picture of Kamala pictured between her grandparents, or at least Oscar J. Harris and Vioris. Like, I could see that being mom and dad, like potentially being her mother and her father. I don't know. Obviously, I'm just saying that this feels like we are in the right family tree here. Then there is this interesting tidbit because I'm like, if she's very, very related to Vioris, it's unlikely that she would have missed this funeral. Vioris was, as we mentioned, buried in Broward County. She was buried on June 29th, 2019. And if I'm correct here, and Kamala has known her throughout her entire life, she probably would have made sure she was down there in Broward County. Well, what we do know for a fact is that on the day before the funeral, Kamala was right up the road in Miami on stage at the Democratic primary debate. Of course, this could just be a coincidence that she was in Florida. We know for a fact the day before the funeral, but it would also be a coincidence that they waited 2 weeks after Vioris's death to bury her. So Vioris died on June 15th, and they didn't bury her until 2 weeks later on June 29th. That is irregularly long. The only time I've ever seen that ever. I'm not.
She's only now. She's right about in America, because in America we don't take long to bury our dead. That's the truth. We don't. We don't take long to bury our dead. But foreign countries do take long to marry their dead. They do. But the grandmother at the time was not in Jamaica. She was here in the U.S. So that's a problem there. The most time we take is maybe like what, 3-4 days, because it takes some time to do the preparations, and then we bury our dead. That's what we do in the United States. But it could just be a coincidence. Okay, allegedly. I have to say allegedly. Now, just like Oscar says, she said she's speculating her theory. Okay, this is true. This is true. Shout out to Candace though. Candace is somebody problem, baby. Don't fuck with Candace. Don't fuck with Candace. Candace is somebody problem, baby. Okay, we gonna do what it do, honey. Okay, Marvin, that's not true on burials where? In the United States? That's not true in the United States. They hold burials. What do you mean? Tell me. You saying they hold the body? I only heard of them holding the body as if they can't find family members. If they can't find family members. Mm-hmm. Yes. Shout out to Candace. She doing the damn thing. Okay. Yes, insurance. Okay. All right. But what do you mean? What do you mean? Because it's only if the person is a John Doe or a Jane Doe. Because even if they don't have insurance, the state will bury them. Okay? If they don't have insurance, the state usually bury them. They will put them in an unmarked grave. So what are you saying? Okay. I see Marcus Marvin. I think that's your name, right? Because I'm not good with names. I think that Marvin is doing some troll shit. Okay. So we gonna leave him right there. Okay, it's true for a lot of black funerals. We take time. A week is too soon. I have been to a lot of funerals, family and friends. A week, I don't know. 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 The funerals I've been to hasn't been like that. They do it quick. Okay. So let's go into it. Let's finish it up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the video. Okay.
All of the funerals I attended in my lifetime was when a friend of mine had her father die, and he was very close with Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton was running for president, and they waited 2 weeks so that Hillary Clinton had a hole in her schedule and would be able to attend the funeral. And I thought it was so odd, so odd. So perhaps they too were waiting for someone who was busy to be able to attend the funeral. Or maybe they just were going slow and decided to wait 2 weeks to bury her. We don't know. I'm just introducing these facts to the public because we are trying to paint a full picture. Now, unfortunately, Kamala's mother passed away back in 2009. I mean, there is an expression that people say, dead men tell no tales, and so we won't be able to prod that narrative any further. But I'm not going to let go of this narrative. I'm going to keep investigating this because I feel like we are very, very close, and there's something very big that we are missing here that Kamala wants hidden. And it obviously pertains to this woman, Vioris. And so if you can help at all this weekend with your research, I'm just hoping that this will help you better focus it. We really are looking for documents pertaining to Donald J. Harris because there doesn't appear to be any documents pertaining to Christopher Harris, whoever he is. We're also trying to locate so that we can rule out one of the death certificates of Beryl, a Douglas Finnegan that would have been present for a different Beryl, who I believe is a different Beryl that had died in 1995. Let's try to focus this research, and we're going to stay on it. I absolutely promise you. All right, guys, I want to take a pause here to remind you about the skincare products that I...
So shout out to Candace. Shout out to Candace. She was doing the damn thing. She was doing the damn thing. Now, let me share something with you. All of this is allegedly, so we'll have to wait to the conclusion of how Candace dissect this foolery, okay? So for right now, I just want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention to the writing on the wall. That's all I want y'all to do. Because all this stems from, okay, only why black people are questioning all this foolery, okay? Only why we are questioning this foolery is because of this one simple video that went viral all over social media. We're only questioning her blackness is because of this one simple video that went viral all over social media. This is the video.
Stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
South Asian descent, okay? I come before you being the first South Asian descent, okay, Vice President nominee. This is why black people are having the true problem. This is why. Even though black is a color, it's stupid that we say black people, but this is why black people are having a problem, okay? Because this is what she said when she became the nominee. And when Trump said that one minute she was Indian, and then now the next minute she's black, he's right. I know a lot of y'all didn't like the way he said that shit, but he's telling the truth. One minute she's Indian, and then the next minute on Charlemagne, she turned around to be black. So why is that? Why is that? That's the question we need to understand. Why is that? Why did she shift? And I'm going to share with you just a little something off the dome. I'm going to share with you just a little something off the dome. Do y'all remember when Biden had went to MSNBC? Okay? I believe that's the network. And Joy Reid was interviewing him. Okay? And Joy Reid said, I hope. Okay? Okay, I want y'all to thank Joy Reid for this bullshit. Joy Reid said, I hope that their vice president is a black woman because black women put you there. Now, is Joy Reid right? Black women are the highest in voting. We are. That's why a lot of shit is catered towards black women. Because we are the ones that get out and vote. We don't miss a step. See, y'all brothers, y'all miss steps. We don't miss a step when it comes to voting. We don't. We get there. We get there. Even if we got to go at 6 in the morning before we start work, we get there to vote. That's the difference. If they pulled y'all brother's jacket and they pulled our jacket, black women are the highest demographic in voting. We come out. Okay, better than anybody, we come out. And so when Joy Reid said this to Biden, they knew they had to cater to the black women, because if they did not, the black women would not let them get the seat. They would not let them get the seat. Black women would have took their voting block and sat that shit out. Because black women are vocal. When it comes to something that they want, they will get out here, they will march it, they will scream it, everything. How are you, baby? It's good to see you. They will scream it, shout it from the heavens, from the mountaintops. And so Biden ain't have no choice but to choose a woman of color. Yes, Kamala is a woman of color. She is. She just not black. That's the thing. And even when you have Slim Thug out here, even when you have Steve Harvey, even when you have Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Palace, okay, Michael Eric Dyson, you will have all these men that will come out and say this is a black woman, is because they have to continue with the narrative. That's why they have to continue to tell black people, no, you stupid. Mind you, she said this. Nobody asked her to say this.
Stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
Mind you, she came and said that. Nobody asked her to say that. This is why black people are upset. The ones who are like, what the hell is going on here? Because one minute she says she's South Asian, Indian descent, and then now she's talking about she's black. And this is the thing. Even when the forefathers, okay, of America, okay, the Caucasian forefathers of America, when they wrote, okay, for the 14th Amendment, I think it's the 14th Amendment. When they wrote the 14th Amendment, they meant that amendment for the enslaved families here in the United States that were brought over through cargo. Because that's what our ancestors were. They were cargo. They were on a manifest. Something that a lot of y'all don't understand. If your ancestors came on a ship through cargo, okay, and it was on a manifest, then you supposed to get reparations. If your ancestors didn't come no other way to this bitch, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. If your ancestors ain't come no other way, okay, if your ancestors came through a manifest and they were labeled cargo, then you got the right to say something about this shit. Okay? About everybody using the 14th Amendment, except us. Except us. They will the 14th Amendment because it says colored. Person of color. And so you have all these other nations that have persons of color that will come over here and take the 14th Amendment and run with that shit. And the ones who supposed to wield the 14th Amendment, you don't wield it. You don't. What you will get up here and say, oh, is all the so-and-sos are taking our this, they're taking our that. You don't wield the 14th Amendment. That's your promise from the founding fathers of this nation to you. If your ancestors came in this bitch as cargo and on a motherfucking manifest. So anybody, if your ancestors didn't come here through cargo and a motherfucking manifest, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. You don't know what you're talking about. Sit down. The problem is that we don't want her. This is why all these black people going crazy, because that's not who they wanted. They feel like they got a coup. They feel like they have gotten a coup. This is the problem. They feel like the Dems have tricked them. This is why you see so many black people pushing against it, because I'm going to share with you why I say this. If you are born a black person, we're going to tell the truth. You already designated a Dem. If you born a black person, you are already designated a Dem. If you go and tell your black family right now, I'm a Republican, I'm an independent, they're going to go crazy on you. They're going to go crazy on you. Oh, how dare you? How you do something like that? Y'all know how our family act. How dare you? Oh, you racist and this and that. They will get so upset with you, call you out your name, tell you you can't come to the family cookout or none of that shit, because they mad with you that you're a Republican or independent. When our daughter was getting her ID done at motor vehicle, she told the lady, I'm an independent. I looked at her, I said, what? She said, yeah, Ma, I'm an independent. I want to choose whatever candidate fit me best. I don't want to just choose anybody because I'm at a certain party. I looked at her, I said, okay, babe, no problem. She said, Mama, truth be told, you and Daddy shouldn't be doing that either. You and Daddy shouldn't be doing that either. She said, black people should be independent, so they can't count us. And that's the truth. That's the truth. But because we were trained by mama to be a Democrat, that's where we stay. Even when we know the Democrats is fucking up. Even when we know that they do bullshit that's not right, that hurts our community. Okay? Even when we see it, when they invite drag queens into the school. First of all, I have never been down with that in the first place. Being a Dem, I've never been down with that. I was even shocked that Obama got in that bitch and did what he did. I was like, damn. We voted you in for that? You know what I'm saying? We voted you in for that? I was surprised. Okay, I was surprised. Now, mind you, I don't dislike nobody. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's your business. You do whatever you want to do. That's not my business. I don't give two shits, whatever. Okay? You live how you want to live. But when the shit spill over into our children, are we not supposed to say something? Are we not supposed to say, no, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to say anything when something spills over into your children. That's like if your child walking over, you got the stove on, the pot is on the stove and shit, and the baby go touch the stove. You're not supposed to pull the baby back and spank the baby hand and say, don't you touch that stove. Okay? Or when the baby take a fork or a spoon and try to shove it, okay, in the wall socket, are we not supposed to pull the child back and say, wait a minute, don't you do that? And smack them on the hand? Are we not supposed to do that? Okay? Yes, Hill. And then also, we all forgot the crime bill of 1994. We all forgot about 1988 when he called us predators. He didn't want people of color around his children because we were predators. And he was talking about the school system. We all forgot about that. And only why I understand why we forgot, because C-19 was a bitch in this motherfucker. So I understand, and everybody was scared. And we thought what Trump was doing was crazy. We thought the shit was crazy. Everybody was scared, and I understand that shit. But I'm going to share something with you, the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to mention. This is the uncomfortable truth. We should have walked through C-19. We should have walked through C-19. And anybody whose immune system wasn't strong would have been sent to glory. Okay? And anybody who would have had a pre-existing problem, health problem, would have been sent to glory. And the rest of us would have just walked through C-19. So what Trump was saying, he was correct. But nobody want to say he was correct. Because check this out. C-19 is still the fuck around. C-19 still here in this bitch. But there's no ventilators. There's no ventilators at all. They don't use ventilators at all. They put the patient in a still room, a still air room. Okay? Okay? Still air. And in 7 days, they release them to go home. It's the truth. It's the motherfucking truth. I ain't lying to you. That's what they do. And then come to find out all the shit Fauci was telling us was a motherfucking lie. Why would you go and disgrace all your years of medicine, okay? Of understanding disease and all this other stuff, all on a lie. They must have paid Fauci some good money to do that shit. They must have paid him some really good money, okay? Because now you don't see him no more. You don't see him no more. He like just disappeared out of the limelight. You don't see him no more. You don't see Fauci no more. And this is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to have. We don't want to have this truth. Dems is okay with changing your boys into girls. Dems are okay with changing your girls into boys. Dems are okay with doing deletions. And listen, deletions have been around for a long time. But I think they need to put a stipulation in deletions. I think you should have to walk into the room where you can see all the equipment and how they take the baby apart and all that stuff. They need to see all that before they lay them down. So you can see what it looked like. Mind you, I'm not judging. I tell y'all, I got blood on my hands too. But it was to that fateful day that nurse walked me into that room and I saw what the hell was going on in here. And when she laid me down, she told me count to 3 and tears began to roll down my face. Because that's when I realized this is evil what I'm about to do. Mind you, the people who was telling me it's okay because I'm young, it's okay, you'll be fine. No, it's not okay. Women should have to walk in that room. They should have to walk in that room and see what that room looked like. They need to walk in that room and see what that room looked like. Because y'all be bragging and videos and shit. Oh, I'm going to the chop shop. They done made a whole music video. They done made a whole music video about the chop shop. Why are you bragging about the chop shop? If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Also, donate to the page as well if you feel the content. This is the whole problem right here. This is the whole issue. Dems promote everything that is wrong with us. Everything that is wrong with the melanated culture. Black people. Because we have never, and by large, supported bullshit like this. We have never. We don't. Black people are actually conservative. But we always vote against our beliefs. Even a pastor will have you up here voting against your belief. Because the truth is, the pastor is doing demonic stuff anyway. The pastor is doing demonic things anyway. So he can't get y'all to wake up. This is the truth. This is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to have. Why is the church full of baby mamas? Let's talk about it. Why is the church full of baby mamas? If pastor was really preaching the Bible, there wouldn't be no baby mamas in church. It wouldn't be. It would not be. If pastor was really preaching the true word of God. But what pastor do, get up there and preach, oh, blessings are coming out of the woodworks. Every good thing is going to happen. That promotion is coming. Okay? That promotion is coming. Okay? That blessing is coming. All you got to do is sow a seed of $1,000. That blessing is coming. Oh, yes, that blessing is coming. Hold on. Hold on. You know, Yahweh see you. Hold on. Mind you, Yahweh do see you, but you doing nonsense. So that's why the blessing ain't coming. Okay? You can't bribe God. That's the problem with a lot of us that believe in those pastors. You cannot bribe God. That's the thing. Pastor get up here and tell you, sow a seed for $2,000. Whatever that's going on right now, God gonna bless it. He gonna work it out. He gonna work it out, y'all. Whatever you going through, God gonna work it out. Sow a seed of a $2,000, okay? I know you got something in your purse. I know you got something. Let me share something with you. Let me share something with you, okay? God don't need our money. He don't. That's a man-made thing. That's man-made. God don't need our money. He don't. He don't need your money to bless. He don't need the money from you to bless you. Ain't that sound stupid? God needs you to give him money so he could bless you. That sounds stupid. All you got to do is listen to his laws and commandments. He gonna work it out. His laws and his commandments, he gonna work it out. Now, should you help your church? Should you donate to the church, keep the meat in the storehouse? That's what the word says. But pastor, where you getting from, oh, Yahweh told you to give, everybody must give over $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000. Okay? Or if they don't give it, you know, Yahweh can't come in and bless you. Who told you that? Who told you that? Oh, you looking for that husband. You looking for that husband. Yahweh says sow a seed of $1,000. You looking for that husband. Pastor, you know doggone well if these women get husbands, that money that they've been passing off, they not going to continue to be able to give it to you. You already know that, Pastor. You already know. Because no man that is a true king will let his wife come out the house and give money over $2,000 to $3,000 to the church when he know he got to pay the mortgage, the light, the water, the car note. Ain't no man gonna do that unless they already got access a large amount that, you know, they just continue to get blessings out of the woodwork, or either they just got good jobs, good careers, the business is going well. But this is the false ideology that y'all teach our sisters. You even got our sisters up here talking about they married to Jesus. They got 5 babies. They got 5 babies. 5 different baby daddies. And they talking about they married to Jesus. Where? Where are you married to Jesus? You got 5 babies and 5 different baby daddies. You married to who? Who you married to? You married to Jesus. This is what you say. If pastor was preaching the true word of God, none of us will be in the church being baby mamas. I'm sorry. That's the truth. That is Stephen, thank you, baby. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too, my brother. That's the truth. That's the uncomfortable truth. If pastor was preaching the true word, they would not be doing nonsense in the church. It done got so bad that you could be bouncing in the church in a skin-tight summer dress, breasts and ass shaking all in front of the pulpit, and you think it's okay. Even when our mothers back in the day wore dresses that were so loose that you couldn't tell what they had on under. You couldn't tell if they was well endowed or anything. You couldn't tell. They wore a long line bra, hold those breasts in tight. They wore girdles and slips. You couldn't tell how they looked under those dresses. But now even the pastor who say they holy get up there with a sundress on, breasts hanging out, and calling like they got the Holy Spirit and speaking in tongues. But yet you gonna tell me how to behave when you coming out here half booty butt naked praising Yahweh. But you praising Yahweh though. That's what it is. And then we will always get up here and say, judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged. And who is without sin, cast the first stone. Mind you, those scriptures in the Bible is not meant for when you see foolery that your sister or brothers are doing. You're supposed to call them to order. This is the whole thing that we miss. We don't call each other to order. And then if someone like me calls somebody to order, you'll say, oh no, she's a pick-me, she's a mammy, she's this, she's that. Mind you, I'm just telling you something is wrong. I'm judging righteously, even if you don't like it. Thank you, Herbal. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I'm messing up your name. Thank you, baby, for the $9.99 super chat. This is the problem. This is the whole problem. You doing wrong and I'm not supposed to judge you. You doing evil and I'm not supposed to judge you. I'm not supposed to say anything to you. Keisha, you know you got too many children. Why you got that many children? Why you passing around that pussy like the collection plate? But then in Sunday you going to the church screaming and everything. Calling on God to send you a husband, but you already got 5 children already and no daddy around. What does that mean? You need to get your mind right. There's a problem here. There is a problem here. And we don't want to say it. You don't want to offend nobody. You got people who are drag queens going into the school and they reading story time to your babies. Nobody is warning the parents of this. Your child get to school, they playing house, your son put on a dress. Nobody is letting the parents know that, oh, your son wore a dress today. As you being a teacher, okay, if the parent tell you you can let their son wear a dress, then damn it, that's their business. But you as a teacher shouldn't allow the child to wear the damn dress. I'm sorry. That's the truth. That's the the truth. I keep saying only why America is afloat right now is because of masculinity. That is the last line of defense in the U.S. is because of a masculinity. And I'm going to share something with you that a lot of people don't want to say. If Kamala Harris wins the presidency, masculinity is gone in the United States of America. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Because any man who think it's okay for a woman to govern over them, you have been fooled. You have been fooled. This is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to hear. Any man who thinks a woman should rule over them, you have been fooled. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care. I don't care if you can't stand him. But if any man believes that a woman should rule over him, right? You might as well give up your kingship right now. Give up your kingship right now. Anybody who got offended with what I just said, anybody who got offended with what I just said right now, and you mad with me about what I said, okay? You mad with me about what I said, okay? I just want to share this with you. Just want to share this little tidbit with you. Just want to share this little tidbit with you, baby. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, just want to tell you that. I don't give a fuck. Yes, okay? That's the truth. That's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to hear. Do you know how many women who are in their right mind, okay? How many women who are in their right mind, we know that women are not good rulers. We know any woman in their right mind, we know that women are not good rulers. Either she be white or she be black. Because if America was ready for a woman president, how come Hillary did not win? How come Hillary did not win? If America is ready for a woman president, how come Hillary did not win? That's the uncomfortable truth that a lot of us don't want to have. You want a woman to be over you when we know we have encountered women who were over us in our workplace, okay? In our workplace. And she was the worstest demon you ever met in your life. You talked about her when you went to the cafeteria. You talked about her when you talked with your girlfriends. All of y'all know that when women rule over other women, they do the most diabolical shit. Y'all know. Let's act like we know in this bitch. Nobody will tell me they had a woman who was an amazing supervisor and she was always good to them. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. This is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say. And I'm going to say it until they drop me off the YouTube, okay? I'm going to talk my shit until they kick me off. And it is what it is. Let me share something with y'all that you don't want to understand. Men, as supervisors and managers, they have more mercy than women do. They have more mercy than women do. I have worked under women supervisors and I have worked under men supervisors. And they have more mercy. Men have more mercy than women do. They have more understanding. They have more understanding. I'll give you just a prime example, just a little story real quick. Because anybody who follow my content, y'all know I'm always coming with little stories, okay? Let's get it in. Worked at Port Authority in Newark, like mostly half of my life, okay? All right? 6 months pregnant, okay? It was raining so heavy outside, and I work for security, okay? All right? So it was raining so heavy outside, and most of us work in booths outside. I got a sharp pain in my belly, and I was in pain. Roll call was finished, about to leave, go to our spots and everything, and I was in so much pain, like limping down the stairs. Told my supervisor, who's a woman, that I'm in pain. I don't know what's going on. I need to go home. Know what she told me? You got to go to your post for the 4 hours and wait till we get somebody. I was in a lot of pain, y'all. She ain't want to hear it. I went to my district manager and I said, listen, I'm in a lot of pain. Please. I was crying. Please, I got to go home. I need to call my husband. I'm in too much pain. Know what he told me? He said, go home. I said, but she said I got to go to the post for 4 hours until they get somebody. He said, and then what happened if something is wrong with the baby? And you stuck at the post? No, go home. I will get somebody who at your post right now to stay for the 4 hours, and I'll bring somebody in. Don't you worry. Go home. This man told me to go home. Go home. I told my husband, honey, meet me at the hospital. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I could feel it. Something is wrong. I'm driving to the hospital in pain in my little Suzuki, trying to get to the hospital. Trying to figure out what the hell is going on. This is the thing. This is the uncomfortable truth we don't want to have. You want this woman over you, that you know how women behave. One thing about women is that even if they don't like you, when they don't like you, they will not do business with you. Do you know how many nations that we don't, as American people, okay, we don't like these nations, but we do business with them because there's something they have that we need. Women don't do business with other women that they can't stand. They don't. They do not. But a man will do the shit. He'll do it. Oh no, you need this. I need this. Let's do what it do to make this money. That's one thing about a man. They will go and do what they need to do to make this money. They ain't gotta like you. They ain't gotta like your ass, not one bit. But they will do what they gotta do to get that money. Shout out to the brothers who understand. And to the brothers that think that a woman should rule over you, you will always be doomed. I'm telling you right now. If you think it's okay for a woman to rule over you, you're going to always be doomed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because God did not. Yahweh, if you believe in Yahweh, Yahweh did not say that makes sense. He did not. He said, I would never subject a woman to rule over men. That's the truth. If we want to take it biblically, that's the truth. And even if we don't take it biblically, how is it that you would let one of the most powerful nations in the world be ruled by a woman? First of all, women can run other nations. They can run other nations that small. They can. It's all right. You can run those. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. I ain't saying it's facts. This is my opinion. I'm saying whatever I want to say. It's my motherfucking channel. You can rule other nations, but not this one. Not this one. I'm sorry. Not this one. And y'all brothers who think that this makes sense, this is why Senator Crockett even got up there on social media, okay? Got up there on social media and she said that black women has always been a force for the voting bloc. They are the strongest voting, okay? And another thing she said, and black men always followed behind. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Black women have been the strongest voting blocs for the Democrat, right? For the Democrats. And black men have always followed behind. What the hell does that sound like? Do you hear them say that about any other culture? Do you hear them say that about any other culture? Oh, hell no, they don't. They do not. They do not say that about any other culture. But they're quick to say black women are the strongest voting blocs and black men follow behind. And this is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to have. Black men are supposed to be at the helm. Black women are supposed to follow behind. That's originally how we were designed. That's originally after slavery how it went. But because of a couple of horror stories that a lot of our great-grandmothers and grandmothers and mothers have taught us and shit, and they didn't tell the whole story of why granddaddy was mistreating her, okay? Or why granddaddy was mistreating a few of the children that didn't look like him. Granddaddy is the evil person. Mind you, grandma was the villain all the while. Grandma, great-grandma, and some of y'all mamas, and my mama too, was the villain all the while and made it seem like this black man was crazy. It's something about when a man get crossed by a woman that he loves. When he think all those babies are his and somebody give him, an idea that you need to look at Mr. Jimmy down the street. Some of your kids look like Mr. Jimmy down the street. And now granddaddy sit on the porch and watch Mr. Jimmy walk down the street. Watch Mr. Jimmy walk down the street, granddaddy on the porch just looking, smoking his pipe and everything, just looking. Jimmy stops, say, "Hey, Clyde, how are you, brother?" "Oh, I'm doing fine." And then he say, "Oh, you got a house full of kids over there." Clyde say, "Yeah, some of them babies look like you, Jimmy. Some of them babies look like you, Jimmy." And then Jimmy, "Hurry up." "Oh, Clyde, I'll catch you later. I gotta go. That's when granddaddy put that shit together and start asking mama some questions and big mama some questions. And now Big Mama talking about, well, Clyde, you know you've been gone. You know you've been gone. I would never do nothing like that to you. Well, how come them babies look like, some of them babies look like Jimmy? How come some of them babies look like Jimmy? I don't know. Maybe, you know, my mama was this, my mama was that. No, some of them babies look like Jimmy. That's when Granddaddy started drinking, started laying hands on Big Mama. And these is where we hear the horror stories come from. So now Big Mama trains her daughters. Her daughters see the disrespect and the pain in their mama eyes. So they start training their girls not to depend on men, not to wait for no man. And then here we go. Men ain't shit. That's what we start teaching these girls. And now they get as old as me and ain't got no husband and no family. Get as old as me, no husband and no family. This is the uncomfortable truth. This is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to take heed to. This is the sad part. Nobody wants to take heed to this truth. Nobody at all. All we gotta say is that Granddaddy was evil. He was this, he was that. It done got so bad, the women are going to these dating shows, and this is what the hell they saying. Listen to this nonsense.
Is about I'm dying to myself every day. It's about doing things you don't want to do for the person that you love and you mess with.
That's childish.
Well, see, I think that's the disconnect because the woman doesn't come to the man and I get on your program. As a woman,
I don't need to get on your program either.
See, but that's what I'm saying. So that's kind of why I pop, because I can't leave. You're gonna be doing the leading. You know what I'm saying?
I'm leading myself though.
But how are you in a relationship and you're losing yourself?
Because we got two separate lives at the end of the day. My mama birthed me and your mama birthed you.
Right.
So I grew up a different type of way than you. So I'm going to carry myself different than you at the end of the day.
But when we come together, it's no more you or me. It's our. You know? It's our. It's not you. And I think
you still go to your job and I still go to my job though.
See, but they take care of both of the bills for our lights to be on.
I mean, your job.
I'm saying in the aspect of like if we were together, you know what I'm saying? Like
if we was together, your job is taking care of the bills.
You go to work, I go to work, but our money.
But what if I'm getting more money?
Still our money. And if you think that it's your money, then that's where the disconnect is.
That's a disconnect for sure.
Well, cool. The relationship is.
And this is where you get the disconnect from, because check this out. When you get married, okay, and you take on this man's last name, he done married you. You take on his last name. He becomes the head. He is the foundation on which you stand on. Any play that he has will benefit the family. Anything that he does will protect the family. This is a man of substance I'm talking about. This is a man of substance I'm talking about. Because a lot of y'all will throw in, oh, Pookie this, Ray this, all this. No, I said a man of substance. A man that goes to work every day. He handles his business. He's responsible. This is who I'm talking about, a man of substance. So you and him are supposed to be under one accord. Anything that goes down is supposed to be you and him together. That's how it's supposed to be. Not you do your way and I do mine and then we're going to see how it ends up. That's not how it goes. You can't go your way and I go my way and then we meet somewhere in the middle. That does not happen. It's supposed to be one journey together. And the husband is supposed to be at the helm. And you supposed to be behind. I know it sounds bad. A lot of y'all don't like what the hell I said. That's your business. This is my channel. You can scroll up. There's other people in this bitch you can watch. This is the uncomfortable truth that our young women don't understand. And I say this to my own girls when I'm talking to them. Now, it's up to them if they listen or they don't listen. It's their choice. Now, when it bites them in their face and they got to come back and tell me, Mama, this is how, yes, I know. I know. Ain't no man gonna let you dictate to them on how his family gonna go. Ain't no man gonna let you dictate to him on how his family's supposed to go. Unless he has never been groomed by kings. This is the uncomfortable truth. And when I say groomed by kings, that can be his father. And sometimes if it's not his father, it could be his grandfather, his uncles, his godfather. Long as he was groomed by a man of substance, he's going to be in his kingship. Now, mind you, every man is already born a king. He's already born a king. It depends on how he handles his kingship when he gets grown. Now, a lot of y'all have sold your kingship to your wives. And maybe you don't regret that now, but in the near future, you will. Because women, once they get the kingship of their husbands, you ain't gonna never get that shit back. You will never get it back. Let you know right now. Because my sisters run, no matter what color they are. My sisters run with kingship. Once they get the reins of kingship, you ain't gonna never get it back. She gonna tell you what it is and what it is not. That's why I tell y'all and I say, my brothers, if you take heed or if you don't, okay? If you take heed or if you don't, okay? That's your business, okay? That's your business if you take heed or if you don't. But a man should never stay home and not do nothing. He got to have a side hustle, a side business or something. You make money on social media, do that. You got to have a side hustle or something. Because if the woman is doing everything, baby, she gonna dog walk you, baby. She gonna dog walk you, okay? And she ain't gonna never be friendly with that pussy. Let you know right now. She gonna do what she wanna do and you ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing. You ain't. Just let you know. I know y'all want to be, oh, there's no, there's no gender roles and all this other stuff. And y'all men who believe that, your wife has your kingship in her purse. Y'all men who believe that, your wife has your kingship in her purse. And when she tell you how high, you better jump. You better jump. Letting you know right now. Okay? Black Man Unfiltered said there's a fool and a king in every man. And the one you talk to is the one that will show up. Amen. He's right. Because I'm going to share something with you. I have never met the fool in my king. I've never. If the fool showed up right now, I wouldn't even know who that person would be. I would tell him, listen, I don't know who you are. And I'll be looking my husband dead in the face. I don't know who you are. Because for the past 18 years, okay? For the past 18 years, I have only talked to the king. I don't know who you are. Please, can you summon the king? Because I don't know what's going on here. Okay? I don't know what's going on here. This is the truth. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to have. And you have women like this that I just played a few minutes ago that is broken. More than likely, she grew up just with a mama. She don't know how to tend to a man. Okay? She thinks she the head. And she'll be the same one crying on social media talking about, it's too hard raising all these kids and I got 3 baby daddies and I don't know what to do. Same woman that will come up here on social media and say all this shit, woe is me. Okay? and try to make everybody seem like, you know, they bad people for speaking on it. Because I'm quick to tell you, oh no, you picked them. You picked them. Okay? You picked them. I'm quick to tell you, oh no, baby, you picked them. This is the uncomfortable truth we don't want to tell these women who come to social media. Oh, he did this, he did that to me. Oh, my ex-husband laid hands on me and all this other stuff. Mind you, listen, I'm not here bashing any woman who say something like that. Okay, I'm not. Okay, baby, I want you to get out of that situation. But the problem I have, and this is the problem I have. This is the problem I have. While you was dating this man, the red flags was there that something was wrong with him. Okay? Maybe the way he talked to his mama. Maybe the way he was shouting on his mama. Or he told you some horror stories about his daddy, that his daddy used to lay hands on his mama. Okay? You heard something. But because you gave away that but JJ too fast, and the pipe he laid down was too good, okay, you miss the red flags. And now you done married this man. You pregnant, you done married this man, and now this man is your worstest nightmare. But mind you, you didn't see the flags. And some of y'all would get up here and say, I ain't see the flags. Yes, you didn't, because the dick was too good. That's why. Okay? And to my brothers, the punani was too good, and that's why. Okay? All the while, that heifer was crazy. Okay? Now, this is what I want to share with y'all, what Slim Thug said, okay, all over social media. It done went viral. This is what he said, okay? We about to switch over. Hold on, y'all. Listen to this.
Black not represent for the black woman. Like, I can understand white people vote for Trump or any other race. You know what I'm saying? I can understand other races vote for Trump because they on some real. I'm going to vote for Kamala strictly because she black. I don't even know her motherfucking policies. I'm not finna not vote for the black lady, though. I don't know what type of people y'all live. I'm voting for the black woman, kid. It shouldn't even be nothing to think about. Oh, man, she's gonna take her gun. She not black. Stop the cap, man. Kamala is black, kid. She a ski-weed chick. Stop the cap, man. You already know she's ski-weed. Shut the... Y'all sound like some conspiracy theory. She locked boys up. Trump just said on TV he's gonna give police free range on you dumbass niggas. Free range on you dumbass niggas. He said it. It's part of his policy. Hey, man, whatever the police want to do, they can do it. You dumbass niggas, and y'all just geeked up. She married a white. I don't care about who she married. She a black woman. How is you black?
The thing is that nobody cares who Kamala is married to. We don't care. The only problem we have is that she said what she said. So that's why we coming at her like this. That's the only reason. She wouldn't have messed up if she would have just kept it a buck. If she would have kept it a buck and said, okay, if she would have kept it a buck and just said the truth like she was saying already in the beginning when she was nominated the VP, okay, we wouldn't have this problem. But all because they wanted to cater to colored women. I said it. They wanted to cater to colored women. So they had to tell her to say, you are a woman of color. Which she's right. She is a woman of color. But she not black. And a lot of us don't understand that part. I know I said the same thing, Stephen. What does ski we got to do with that? What are we doing here, Slim Thug? What are we doing? And a lot of content creators were upset, and they even came to social media and was like, oh, nah, I see other content creators are mad that I post this about what Slim Thug said and he just spoke his mind. Well, if he can speak his mind, damn it, the rest of us can speak our mind too. That's the uncomfortable truth. If he spoke his mind, the rest of us can speak our mind too, damn it. That's the truth. That's the uncomfortable truth. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get something. That's the uncomfortable truth. Tanya, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. Thank you. That's the uncomfortable truth that none of us want to have. That's the truth. And it's sad. It is so sad it doesn't make sense. Y'all would rather sit up here and be fooled by people who got paid. You done got money. You done got paid. You out here trying to round up all the field ninjas. You up here trying to round up all the field Negroes in this bitch. Because you got money. You got some nerve. I'm sorry. You got some nerve. Okay? You got some nerve. You got some nerve. Listen to this. Angela Stanton. Shout out to Angela Stanton. She be doing the damn thing. Shout out to Angela Stanton. Check this out. Check this out.
In our schools, you can go to Google right now and see.
One more time. Hold on.
Children are not being protected. Like, we're not paying attention to what's going on in our schools. You can go to Google right now and see that Joe Biden and his administration were going to deny funding to public schools that refuse to teach LGBTQ gender ideology to elementary grade students. Like, in California, Gavin Newsom just passed a law that if you send Johnny 5 years old to school and he tell the teacher he want to be Jill, okay, then the teacher has that right to put him in a dress and call him Jill all day long while you at work. And then when he come back home, he back to acting like John again. Like, we children are being used to push a sexual agenda. Anytime you see an administration talking about they're fighting for LGBTQ plus children, okay, what is that? Because when I think about those letters and I think about what they stand for, let's just start with the L, okay? A L, that's a lesbian, that's a woman that is sexually attracted to and likes to have sex with women, okay? B, that's bisexual, that is a person who is sexually attracted to and likes to have sex with both sexes. So when you say LGBTQ children, am I supposed to look at a 5-year-old child and say, oh, that child is bisexual?
Now, Angela Stanton is right. How can that be when children don't know anything about, they don't know nothing about sex? So how can that be? How can that be? Children are taught. They are taught. I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Children are taught this behavior. They are. Because they see it. Or someone introduced it to them. Or something happened to them. This is the uncomfortable truth that we do not want to believe. Now, am I saying that you're supposed to disgrace your baby, go all out and just demonize them? I'm not telling you to do that shit, okay? I'm not telling you to do that shit. That's some horrible shit. The child is still your baby. You're supposed to still take care of your baby. You're supposed to still love your baby. But you're supposed to give corrections as well as being a parent, okay? I'm just letting you know. I always get some trolls in here. I don't know why I'm always getting some trolls in here. Okay? Blood Moon, please scroll the fuck up. You don't have to sit up in here and watch my shit. You can scroll up. Scroll up. Okay? I always got some trolls in here. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do? That does not make sense. You ain't got nothing else better to do? Damn, get a life. What is going on? Why? Now, this is what Boosie said. Check this out, what Boosie said about his daughter. Let's get into it.
Your daughter came out and told you she was gay.
It was nothing. I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown.
Well, why? She's wrong.
Because I don't want it to contaminate her other. It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way. If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. You know, if I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, "What's that, Daddy?" Contaminated. To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this strong, they don't let it. Because that's not what our family believe in. Like you say, we Southern Baptists. You know, I love me and my daughter relationship like this. But when she understands everything, she know Daddy don't go, she know. But that's what she chooses to do. But she know we don't go for that. I'm like Whitney Houston, mom. Yeah, she gonna sell.
So I want to share something with you. And somebody just put something in the chat. So they said Boosie contaminated a lot of my peers. Sorry, it's karma for him, but he had to been a king. I would agree. Okay? Had he had been a king, I would agree. So now check this out. I'm going to share something with you. A lot of your artists, right? A lot of the artists that you see today, okay? All the destruction that they have woven in to the African American bloodline. All the foolery, the rap and everything like that. All the nonsense that they have woven into the bloodline, okay, of the African American community, okay? All that they have woven in. I want you to hear this. Check this out. Let me see if this is right. I hope this is right.
They're trying to turn you loose.
Nope, that's not it. What I wanted to share with y'all is that every human being want to be desired. Every human being wants to be seen. Okay? We always be the one raising our hand. Okay? We want to be noticed. Every human being wants to be famous and they want to be rich. So all these artists that you see out here that's even pumping demonic things into our social media, into the fabric of African American community, right? Okay? Listen to me. They won't pump that shit in their own house. Why won't they pump that shit in their own house? Because they don't want their kids to get messed up. But mind you, they don't mind messing up other people's children, okay? Other people's children, because it's money. It's money. I'll destroy your kids, but I'm not going to destroy mine. Carly B. Shout out to Carly B. She's a witch. She does that. One day she was playing WAP, right? I think it was WAP or something she was playing. And she was on her live. Her daughter came in. She shut that shit the fuck off. But mind you, our children, our girls can listen to WAP. But her child can't listen to WAP. See, I can breed out destruction to everybody else, but not my bloodline. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? I can do everything to everybody else's bloodline, but not mine. Okay? I don't want to see mine fail. That's what it is. I don't want to see mine fail, but I can watch other people's bloodline fall. So now his baby, okay, his baby girl, his oldest daughter, I can't say baby girl, I think she's the oldest, that she has relationship with women, okay? She's in a relationship with a woman, okay? Does that mean you call this girl out at every chance you get? No, the fuck it don't, Boosie. You don't have to call this baby out every chance you motherfucking get. You don't have to do that. All you gotta say, like most fathers do, is that that's her life. She gonna do what she wanna do. She's still my daughter. I love her. And it is what it is. That's what you do. You don't get up there and disgrace your baby at every chance. Now, is he right? Is he right in what he's saying? He right. He right. Even though he said that shit harsh, he motherfucking right. He's telling the truth. But he should not bash that girl in front of everybody. If your child is from the rainbow community, you don't have to disgrace your baby. You don't do that. The child is still your blood. You don't do that. Okay? You don't do that. So I don't agree with that. And this is what the daughter had said. Okay? Now, regardless if I don't agree with it or not, that's her father. That's her father. He gonna say whatever he want to say. That's her father. But this is what this baby said. This is what she said.
Man, I really don't even know where to start for real, because this ain't even my character. I don't really be getting on here and giving y'all what y'all want. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want, and he want me to give him what he want as well. Okay, so he always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. You know, I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father, regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay, that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word, when you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you.
Now, what this baby is saying, she telling the truth. She telling the truth, and she's going through something. She going through something. You know, this is the child he always have a problem with because she just like him. He raised this child to be just like him. When you raise the child to be just like you, they usually be your nightmare. A lot of y'all parents, y'all understand that. If you got a sassy mouth, your mouth is sassy, and then you don't raise the girl that her mouth is just like yours, and then when she get grown, she say all types of bullshit to you, and right now you can't stand that child, You raised her like that. That's why she talked to you like she crazy. Because you raised her like that. See, Boosie created his own nightmare that he talking about right now. He created this girl. He created her. Now, mind you, I'm not gonna sit up here and say he created her in liking girls. No. This is her preference. And I'm not upset with that. I'm not. But as a parent, you gotta talk to your daughter or your son. Nobody said you have to agree. But you don't have to bash them either. Now, yes, I saw somebody say Yahweh can be harsh with his children. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yahweh will give you a lesson that you will never forget all the days of your life. Okay? I will not dispute that. But when Yahweh get ready to punish you, he don't need to broadcast it to the world. He doesn't. When Yahweh is ready to punish his children, he don't need the world to hear it. He doesn't. He doesn't. Yahweh will get you late in the midnight hour through your dreams that you have been doing nonsense. He will get you in your dreams that will be bothering you. The Holy Spirit will be knocking on your door late in the midnight hour. When the Bible says there is no rest for the wicked, baby, listen, when the Bible say there is no rest for the wicked, honey, it's the truth. Hey, Quincy, what's going on? You late today, Quincy. This is the uncomfortable truth that you don't want to hear. We still supposed to love our babies. Regardless of what they going to do. You're going to caution them, though. You're going to caution them. No, I don't agree with your lifestyle. I love you, but I don't agree with your lifestyle. Okay? Don't bring nobody to my house. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't bring nobody to my house. But the contamination part, he should not have said that. He didn't have to say contamination. I don't believe that. You shouldn't have to say that to your own child, contamination. That's the wrong way to handle that. But that's his family. That's not my family. So the only thing I can do is say a little bit of something on it. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you feel the content. Please donate to the channel if you feel the content. Okay? Now I'm going to play the video that I wanted to play. Listen to this. Right. He right. Drop the music and just hear the words. He's right. I got what you said. I see what you said. True indeed. But the word says Yahweh will bring you to the open, rebuke, bring not your child to the wrath. Listen, I got you. I got you. I love what you said. I got you. You are speaking facts. I just always tell people there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do things. And we are not Yahweh. There is a right way and a wrong way to do things. But no matter what I say, you're going to take however you want to take it. So it's no problem by me. Okay? We just here having a discussion. So I just wanted to put that out there. We are done for today. Everybody have a wonderful day. Take heed to the message. Thank you for coming to rock out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. Okay? I greatly appreciate it because y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all said, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer is talking about, and I appreciate y'all. Now, I hope that this opened your mind a little bit to y'all to think of why all this nonsense is going on with us. I hope this opened your mind up a little bit. So if you vote for Kamala, don't vote because she black. Vote because you believe she's going to do something that will better your family, not because she black. If you vote for Donald Trump, don't vote for Donald Trump because he's white. Vote for him because you think there's something he's going to do that's going to benefit your family. Okay? Just want to let you know. Just want to let you know. Okay? I'm not here to judge you of who you going to vote for. You go into the booth by yourself. So whoever you choose, let it benefit your family, damn it. I keep telling y'all, if I vote, that person's supposed to give you their resources. That's how voting goes. If I vote for you, I want your resources. It's fair exchange. That's how it goes. That is how voting is supposed to go. Not because I'm voting for you because you're black. No, because I'm voting for you because you're white. No, it's because, motherfucker, you got some shit that I motherfucking need in my family, and that's why I'm voting for your ass. That's how it goes. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Venmo, through Super Chat as well. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called UBMRexFashion.com. Okay? We have the links Mercari, eBay, and POSHMARK in my bio as well. Okay? Also, if you want to shop merch with me on YouTube, scroll to the top, you'll see Shop or Store. And just scroll up and you'll see it go right inside. They got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, okay? Bags, baby clothes. They got all that good stuff, okay? All right, listen. And also, I want to stress this to you. Do not forget your local elections. No, my dear, we out of stock. Thank you, honey. I got to get some more. Don't forget to vote your local elections. Any bullshit that happens will come through your local elections. I'm letting you know that right motherfucking now. Those 158 senators who voted against the bill for deportating migrants who have our cases, those motherfuckers shouldn't keep their seat. And one of them is South Jersey House of Representatives. One of them is a South Jersey House of Representatives. You not gonna get my motherfucking vote this year. You won't be getting my vote, bitch. I'm letting you know right now. Okay? Y'all gotta get these people out of that seat that's not right in your town. Get those motherfuckers out that seat. Because we need people who gonna do the right thing up there in DC. All right? Listen. It is what it is. I just want to let y'all know. It is what it is. All right? And we out, y'all. Have a wonderful day, everybody.